Hold on, something's going on here. Why are we back in... Okay, we didn't want to take the long way, so... Or the other way I was going, so... Oh yeah, let's speed out of... Speed out of here. So I don't know what y'all think on that, because I bet you that there's high up people on this server that are admins too. I haven't ran any of them. I don't know any of the admins really on here yet. I know a couple of them. They're really cool. So anyway, my story of Virgil's Bricket. So we were gonna rob Manzanita Post. Manzanita Post is what we just rode by, that the little log cabin that's like right on the front of Tall Trees. So we were robbing Manzanita Post, and we had scoured the whole plains next to Blackwater for about damn near 15 minutes. We're like, well, let's just go check Strawberry. So we go check Strawberry, and we find a girl and a guy walking down towards the stable, or he was walking the girl somewhere. I don't fucking know. It was Virgil Spricket. We picked up Virgil Spricket, and we were going to use him as a fucking hostage. He goes, do you know who I am? And we're just like, we really don't give two shits who you are, buddy, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then, like, okay, so if you know, non-valuing your life is like something that you're... Fair. Non-valuing your life is something that you're not supposed to do. So please explain to me... Mayonnaise, I need... Do better. So please explain to me how I have this guy on the back of my fucking horse, and I'm like, he goes, I'm gonna find you guys. He goes, when I get out here, he's like, trust me. He's like, we're gonna find y'all. We're gonna hunt you down. You know, he's like, we're gonna do this and this to y'all, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, bro, I'm like, what are you, like, I even said it in the, I said, what are you talking about? I said, that's if you fucking make it out of here alive. And he didn't say anything, because he knew that I knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? And in all reality, like, I'm glad I'm away from those type of like scenarios, because I shouldn't even said that, because if that would have happened in Ranch, that would have got me in trouble as well. But it was just like, it's one of these things where like you just deal with it so much, and like it's always shit, you know what I mean? You're always just getting fucking shit served to you. And like, he's just like, he was literally just like, yeah, when I make it out of here, he's like, we're gonna hunt you down and this and that. Like, bitch, like in real life fucking scenario, you wouldn't have made it out of that alive. I would have shot your ass if it was a fucking Wild West. I knew you were fucking marshal. I would have just shot you and you'd been dead, and you would have never done anything. No one would have found your fucking body, type deal. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't value your life there in that situation. It was completely immersion breaking. It just didn't make any fucking sense. 0 sense made. So, that was my personal experience. I didn't report him. I didn't feel like it'd do any good. I didn't, because I'm not one of the people that like to sit there and open up a bunch of fucking tickets all the time, because it just annoys the shit out of me. Because you're playing the game. Oh, let me come over here to the right. Come over here and put in my fucking ticket, and then they're like, do you have clips of it? I'm like, I'd have to end my fucking stream to get my clips, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then, like, it's like a 2-day fucking ordeal to get the ticket taken care of. You know what I mean? Anyway, that was my personal experience. The other, okay, so the second one leads into the third one. So Intag, and I believe this 100%, Intag said that he showed me the clip of it too. He was standing in, it kind of goes with whoever in chat was saying about the other one, of where they helped their friend out or whatever that was getting robbed or getting snatched up, and they shot him and they got banned for 3 days. Intag was in Valentine, and he was sitting there, and I think he was in his head and he was doing something. Anyway, some criminals came in, and there's a couple lawmen on the front step. It was like 3 or 4 criminals, and these criminals were roping up these lawmen. These criminals were roping up these lawmen, and like this lawman, he was like, help, please, somebody help me, like just begging for fucking help. And Benny sat there for, Intag sat there for a good minute and a half, or whatever the hell they were doing, because they were fighting shit too, because they were trying to rope him up and they weren't letting him do it. And then like, so Benny decided, like after like the dude's like pleading, like some shots start firing off, like Benny didn't even, Intag didn't even initiate it, right? He didn't even initiate this shit. But shit started going off, and he decided to jump in and try helping the lawman. He got what you know, red eyes, where it puts the warning, get somewhere safe, staff wants to talk to you type of deal. Virgil pulled him into a ticket and said, this is your first and last warning for vigilantism, for hopping, for doing anything. And then he's like, dude, your guy was sitting there begging for fucking help. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, he said, he kind of laughed at him and said, it was your first and last warning. And then it's immediately kicked him out of the Discord call. First and last warning type of deal. I'm like, okay, that's fucked up. Third time. So McKnight was with a prospect from the Union. It was Patty, Jasper, McKnight, and one other guy, right? We're gonna stop out here just in case there's people to talk to, right? So I can finish my story. They went and they were robbing something else. Same scenario. They got, with Intag, they got him because he wasn't part of the scene, right? Vigilantism wasn't part of the scene. Okay, fast forward to this one. They picked up Virgil again, and they were going to use him as a hostage. And Virgil apparently was working back and forth with them. Was like, look, guys, you just let me go. He goes, I'll go to my storage and get y'all some guns. Because he was a hostage, like, right? He was a hostage. He's like, I'll go get you some guns, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So they let Virgil go, which I still don't understand why they fucking did that to this day. Like, just rob him or do something, you know, just whatever. So Johnny Bones, he wasn't part of the scene, but he was in Strawberry at the time, and he's one of our guys. Johnny Bones is. How about when they let Virgil go, Virgil runs up, and as he's running by Johnny, he tries to deputize Johnny right there on the spot to come down there and help him fight Jasper, Patty, McKnight, and the other guy. Make it a 2-on-4 situation. They could technically fight that if they had the advantage. So it's vigilantism if a lawman is screaming for help and you decide to go in there and intervene to try to help save the lawman when he's asking for help. He's screaming for help. But it's not vigilantism, and it's okay to bring people into other scenes when you're at the disadvantage. So you're going to take a complete stranger that's not a part of the scene, and you're going to try to deputize him and use him as a way to bring in and chase your W. You see what I'm saying? Ranch staff, you wouldn't even know they're staffing county. That's cool. I mean, Gold Rush staff are just chasing ECW and other night rolls. He gives that to everyone and we got kidnapped. But he can't do that, right? Like, that's stupid. That makes me look at him like he's a fucking idiot. You can't say that shit. Quit being an idiot. Role play like you're an actual fucking marshal, like you value your life. Don't quit being dumb. You shouldn't be a staff member if you can't fucking get your head right and understand what it's like to actually play by the rules. Yeah, dude, I should just shot his ass. Yeah, one of these people I really love watching streamer ranches and admin. He's a great role player. Who is it? I probably have seen him. Intech is funny, entertaining as fuck, but he was metagaming, unfortunately. He probably was. Like, he showed me the thing or whatever. He was definitely in a call. Like, even if he wasn't, it's probable cause, right? Like, even if he was muted and deafened and shit like that in the call, I see why they did what they did, because they can't prove it and they can't disprove it either. And I think Intag, like that's his literal name, it's antagonize. Like he's going to push buttons and piss people off when it comes down to it. And I think he made the staff mad, and then they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna leave him banned. Because that's what Stella told me, you know, like we're just not abandoning him because he wouldn't admit. They said literally Stella told me that they would have unbanned Intag if he just would have admitted that he was in a Discord call. And he was in the Discord call or whatever. I don't fucking know. It's not outside of that. I don't fucking know. Like me and Intag are cool. Like he's one of my boys. If he tells me he wasn't talking, I believe that he wasn't talking to people, right? But I see why they banned him if he was in the Discord call. You see what I'm saying? It's like two ends of the sword there. Or two sides of the sword. Sorry. Funny thing is, lawmen can't do anything even they pull a gun to your face. They can't react, arrest, or do anything. People cannot help them. So you have no other choice than getting kidnapped or dying. Really? I couldn't listen to the second story, sadly. It's okay. The second story was the vigilantism thing. Intag got pulled into a ticket because a lawman was screaming for help, and after some shots started firing, he didn't initiate it. But he decided to jump in and try to help, and he got pulled into a ticket and was said, if you ever do that again, he goes, you'll be permanently, what's his name? Virgil said, you'll be permanently banned. This is your first and last warning. I'd shoot him, actually. Yeah, we can't do anything, and 2 people got banned for reacting to like that. That's so crazy. Like, that's so crazy. I like how it's always lightning storms down here, but it's never anything else. It's never rain or anything. That is a Norfolk Roadster. Oh, you know where I want to go? Might as well go up here real quick. Let's see if there's any left. Is that a snake? We were getting banned for no... That's why 10 people resigned. You're getting banned for no reason. Why? I don't understand it, man. I don't get it. Don't even get me started on... I don't know what your interaction is with, or was. Okay, so Zay, let me actually ask you this, brother, since you're a lawman. What was your take on the criminal lawman RP when it came to, like, banks, and it came to, like... when it came to banks and it came to stores and shit like that? Because I felt like it was so cookie cutter that anytime that you try to venture outside of that, it was just automatic friction, and no one, like, if it wasn't the same fucking thing every single time, it was just immediate friction and no one had fun. You know what I mean? You can't shoot animals with a bow? Oh, 1 second. I've started playing on Ranch yesterday and struggling with my money, sadly. It's a rough start, Zabe. It's a rough start. Not gonna lie. It takes a minute to get used to. Like, you gotta look, bro, I'm still fucking broke, right? I'm still fucking broke. That's why I'm trying to figure this shit out with these fucking peyotes so I can, figure this shit out with the fucking peyote so I can start, you know what I mean? Like, start making some decent money on the side and, attributing to everything else I do. So something that I've learned is sometimes you just won't find them because they've already been picked. Does that make sense? Like, I think once it's picked, it's picked. And it doesn't regrow for like hours. Which is a good thing because otherwise people just have stacks and stacks and stacks of this shit, right? But you kind of have to be quick with it. Because there should have, I think there should have been some around right there. If I remember correctly. Pretty sure it was right there. Right in here. Maybe up around here. Yeah, money. Yeah. Money, it also isn't the same. Like, don't expect, wait till you figure out, wait till you go up. Tell you what, go talk to a, this is just a suggestion for you. Go talk to a gunsmith if you haven't already, like an actual gunsmith. Ask them what the prices are on weapons. That's going to put in perspective for you the difference in the economy. It should be it should be culture shock to you to figure some stuff out, right? Find out in county. Go talk to a gunsmith. It didn't even have to be, bro, it don't have to be a gunsmith. Go talk to anybody selling anything. But the what put it in perspective for me was when I found out how much some stuff was going for. A lot of crims coming from Gold Rush are a pain in the ass that's the first week for the same reasons, and they don't understand the details. But sadly, 7% of crims are just here to win and will not communicate with you. Oh, are you talking about? Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Shoot you with zero talk, and if you report it, they won't ban them. They would just say, suck it up. That's so fucking crazy. For example, there was a bank robbery. We negotiated about everything. Chase started, turned the first corner, and 3 people shot every one of us directly at first 30 seconds of the chase. Admin said, suck it up. So you don't really get any RP, and when you get someone who wants some RP, you don't expect it and then get defensive so quickly. Most RP happens out of crime scene, and at the time you try to act like a good boy so they won't kidnap you. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Goes both ways though. It for sure goes both ways, because I've been a hostage in many different situations, and it's just always the same thing. What's the point of even fucking negotiating over the hostage? There's nothing ever interesting that comes over it. You give me 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 10 seconds, 6 seconds, 12 seconds, it doesn't matter. You're always going on 4. What's the fucking point? What's the point? Even if I have 2 hostages, you're going on 4. I don't think I've ever done a store out of the 20, 30, 20 something stores I've probably done. I don't think I ever did a store where the fucking time wasn't skewed. You know what I mean? And I understand why y'all do that, right? Like, because otherwise you'll have no shot at catching. But that is still a W chasing mentality that you have to do that. Why not more creative roleplay go into negotiating for the hostages? You know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to think about, and what makes it difficult is because the rules that Gold Rush has set in place makes it difficult to go outside of the cookie cutter builds, of the cookie cutter scenes. Does that make sense? Like, it'd be cool if you could have like a lawman sneak around back and like kind of like you could be like, hey, I want everybody out here out front so I want to see all your faces, and then someone sneak out back and get one of the hostages and take them out or something like that. You know, just cool interactive things. Just other things, but like it's never, no, nothing's ever like that. Like, you have to tell how many people are outside, you have to tell how many people are inside. You can't get creative with, it's just hard. It makes it really difficult. My first experience on Gold Rush with robbing a store was the lawman decided that he was not going to keep having negotiations with us, and we decided on 7 seconds. So we said, okay, we're ready. And we ran out back to our horses, and then they counted. Harvey was supposed to be last ass, so I was waiting on Harvey. And they didn't even count. As soon as Harvey got on my horse, they wrote me off of my horse. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, yeah, I mean, I was fucking dogging them the whole time because I was actually mad. Like, there was no chase, there was no talking, there was no nothing. They just wrote me off immediately. Like, my horse was standing still like this. Harvey was trying to hop on the back. You know, sometimes when you're trying to hop up, they kind of grab. He was having a headache, and then he hops up on the back of my horse, and I do this right here. Right there, and I get roped. I got roped off immediately. Harvey took him off on like a 5-minute chase. But yeah, no, they roped me up. They took me in, and then I got busted out of jail. What's his name? Miguel and Vic. Victor was the same guy that Dougal is. So Victor and Miguel heard me giving the fucking lawman like a hard time because I was yelling in Strawberry. And they could hear me at the bottom side of the jail, because if you go around the back side of the Strawberry jail, you can hear through the walls. So the lawman fucked up because Miguel went up and knocked on the door and was like, hey, can I ask you something? He was like, get the fuck back. And Miguel came back. He's like, can you really just come here? He's like, I really need to ask you something. So the lawman didn't lock the door. Or did he lock the door? I think he locked the door. But anyway, he came down, and Victor came around the corner, tied him up as a hostage. And this is about probably about close to 10-ish minutes after we got caught. And so they used the hostage lawman, and they literally pulled out one by one every other lawman, because they're like, I'll fucking blow this guy's brains out right now. And they're like, okay. So they put their hands up. The lawmen all came out. They busted. They never went inside either. They lured the lawmen out one by one. They hog-tied all of them up. And then I had the lawman that was booking me. He came down. He goes, it looks like y'all are getting busted out. And he let us out of the jail cells. And we literally walked up the fucking stairs and walked right out of the jail, right out of the sheriff's office. And there's like 5 deputies just lying there on the ground, all squirming around and shit. No, the last ass guy, which was Harvey, he was having a headache. Like, he was literally just kind of like standing next to my horse like this. He was kind of like standing like this, but they were already counting. And when he got up there, he was like, go. I was like, all right. And then they just wrote me right off. The moral of that story was, though, with them breaking us out, they opened a bunch of tickets. They opened a bunch of tickets. Because they weren't okay with us being broken out like that. But that was one of them situations where admins were like, look, they technically didn't do anything wrong because they lured you out, because the place was a safe haven. The law office is a safe haven, right? Like, you ain't supposed to be able to go in there and just kidnap people. But when you get lured out because you're not being smart, that's not It's kind of circumventing the thing. Oh, no, it was... I think... No, what I think it was is he didn't have his friendly face on. You know what I mean? I think that's what it came down to. Pretty sure he did not have his friendly face on. Ranch don't do seconds? See, I am so curious. I'm so curious to just get my boys, and then because we know that we need to pick a lock or pick a register. I want to have one of those criminal lawman experiences and just see how it naturally plays out. You know what I mean? I want to experience. It's like anticipating, like watching a fucking like movie you've been wanting to watch or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I want to experience like, oh fuck, lawmen are here. Like how do we get away? Like what do we do? Like you know what I mean? Like what do we say to them? Like what are they expecting? Type of deal. Like really pick their brains type shit. You straight up say when seconds get mentioned, with all due respect, if you ask me for seconds, I'm gonna tell you to get fucked. Yeah, in Ranch we don't do seconds, but we also aren't allowed to rope. You gotta stop when you get surrounded though. It's still a little scriptish, but we allow for more creative chases. How often do your chases, here's a question, and this does matter. How often is there gunfights involved? Because from what I understand, like, you're supposed to, you're elevating the scene, right? Like, you're not, like, you know, you get in a cover, like, you're in cover right here, you pow, pow, you're, like, shooting a few shots, you're calling out to your buddies where the lawmen are at or whatever, like, and make a run, and, how do you do it? You get to do a dive and get out of the way, like that type of deal. Get back into cover, shoot, bandage up, that sort of thing. Miss on purpose, like, let's say there's a lawman right there, I could just, you know, I could do this number, and he's, like, hiding, I could just shoot him in the head, but what fun is that? Like, I could just shoot him in the head and end it. It'd be better if I'm like, hey, there's one over there, and I, like, you know, pow, 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 like, around him to try to, you know, get him off or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that's fucking cool. Like a huge, drawn-out gunfight. Sounds fucking amazing. I'm not saying it always needs to come to guns, because that's probably not the best thing, right? But a cool, long, drawn-out gunfight is something that I think everybody would probably like to experience at some point. Probably expensive, but that's the thing though, is like most of the time when I do criminal shit, I'm not doing criminal shit to make a whole bunch of money. I'm doing it because it's fun. That's why me and Frank didn't see fucking eye to eye the other night, because I think this shit it's fucking fun, man. Doing criminal shit's fun. Shaw thinks it's fun. It's a high that the adrenaline, the high that you know that you're getting into, like you can't chasing that fucking adrenaline high is what you're doing. And that's why I also never did it in Gold Rush, to where, you know how people will like do a store and then they'll wait like 30 minutes, 45 or an hour, they'll do another store. I never did that. I do like one store night on the weekends when all the guys are around. I didn't want to be one of those people that just went around and did a bunch of shit just to do it, because then it like you become desensitized to it, and that's not fun either. You know what I mean? Most of the chases end up in gunfights. That's cool though. It's kind of cool. I came across a stream a few days ago. A few crims got getting Blackwater Sheriff's Office and get stuff from there. It was a great RP to watch in Ranch. That's cool. A lot, but they take ages, and you can negotiate them to end and take your guys. Really? That's cool. That is so cool, Fausty. So, like, there could be a couple lawmen down, and then a couple of your guys could be down. You're like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, can we just settle this shit right now? Like, you take your boys, get out here. I'll take mine and get out of here, and we'll call it a day. You'll find a lot of the assault RPers will purposely miss to extend the firefights. I plan on doing that 100%. And I was trying to tell my boys that as well. I'm like, look, because Wes was over here in Red Dead. He was playing Red Dead. He was playing the story mode, and he took his reticle off, and he was like just mowing down guys. I'm like, look, that's cool and all, but that's not really what we're trying to do. Like, I'm sure I can fire one bullet and figure out where the next bullet's going to hit and then down somebody pretty quickly if I really wanted to, but there's no fun in that. I said, you also need to make sure if there is a gunfight that you're running for cover. You know what I mean? Like, you're utilizing your cover, because it doesn't make no sense if you're just standing out in the open like this shooting fucking people. Like, I can get shot from like fucking over there, over there, over there. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Like, you need to, like, think of it like fucking Gears of War almost. You know what I mean? Like, you're just hiding in, you know, hiding from cover to cover, trying to do flanks and that type of shit. I'm a cracker shot because I've played this game a lot in lots of hunting games, so people are surprised when I hit. Yeah. We like to purposely whiff. Exactly, yeah. Hearing this is great, to be honest. Gunfight and Gold Rush is like playing Fortnite.